So let's say an SEO, in-house SEO. Um,
Mm.
no, sorry, correction. Let's say a marketing manager in-house. They hire an SEO or they
Yeah.
hire an agency to do their SEO. They then get
Hmm.
their recommendations, and it's at this point that they realize, oh shit, we actually have to implement this. What would you say?
Oh God. Yeah.
What would you say to them?
Yeah.
Because implementation, that's everything, right? If you're not able to implement, you're not able to see results, you're not able to grow your SEO.
It's academic then, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Mm.
strategy, recommendations, analysis, all of that is great, important, essential, but implementation is everything. So, how would you suggest an in-house team go about implementing their recommendations?
So yeah, this is an interesting one because I think if that's the point in the process where they're like, oh wait, we've got the audit and we still have, that's where the work starts.
Yeah.
Then that's obviously a massive positioning and fundamentally sales problem.
Mm,
And at that point, it's really challenging. I mean, it shouldn't be. It's kind of a naive assumption on everyone's part that if those are misaligned, if you've got to deal with that, that's the hand you're dealt. Then it's kind of then your job to really work out, well, what are your systems? What is your content management system? Who are the people that are doing it? And kind of
mm,
understanding where the points of friction along that process are, and but really understanding it. Like if it's wrong, work out, well, can we make it better or more streamlined, or where can, so an agency can scale. That's, I mean, I say I hate the word scale, but broadly the agency's job is to bend and flex with the client's requirements. That's what a
mm-hmm.
good agency should be able to do. So if you work out that the pain point, the blocker to all your implementation is one or two points in the process, we'll make suggestions. How can we sort of facilitate that? That's the usual point. But fundamentally, if it's, well, actually, what I've got all of your recommendations, that's going to take, I don't know, 3 weeks of development time to implement. We don't have that. Then it's that prioritization. So actually speaking with that dev team, understanding what is the effort for implementation, and then going away and working out, well, this is the effort. What do we perceive the impact for this to be?
Mm,
Therefore, what are the top 3, 5 things that have to get implemented? And then how do we educate that team to implement that in the most efficient way possible? Not just kind of a loose set of recs, chuck them at them, and then you have to go back and refine and reiterate on the fix 5 or 6 times, because again,
yeah.
that doesn't help anybody. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's understanding that what's your resource need, and also just get better at building the biz case for doing the work, which is hard. No SEO likes that question. It's like, so how much traffic am I going to get? I'm going to fix this hreflang. What traffic am I going to get? It's like, well, actually, that's just broken, so that's table stakes. You won't get a lot of glory for fixing that, but it will stop you in the future, and it's just understanding the dynamics of things. But if all else fails, I always fall back on like a proof of concept or a pilot in that sense. So, okay, well, you might not prescribe to this whole program of stuff that we're going to give you, but this is the one that I think we can implement the quickest. That's the lightest touch on your part. I'm going to
Mm,
measure every part of this that I can, and then tell you a really compelling story afterwards to unlock more time and budget later.
mm.
That's the best way. I mean, saying that's not easy, because again, every one of these steps, especially if you're talking about you're being in agency, you're deviating from a already predefined process.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you deviate from an agency process, you're relying on the skill of that individual member of the team, not
Yeah.
the structure. And
Mm.
that's what the opportunity for agencies is: teach principles, not processes, and then your team kind of empowered to be more consultative.
Mm.
But I'm talking about this kind of like idealistic halcyon days of, a team of, really skilled, knowledgeable consultants,
Mm.
which obviously most agencies can't be, because that's not what they are. But that's what I want to see, because I think that would be where we join everything up and it works well.